Noninkables. Hello and welcome to Noninkables. We are on episode 15 of the podcast of season 3. It's a podcast where I detail all my experiences through lorcana as a new player. I guess technically not new anymore. It's been 2 years, but my journey through lorcana as a first TCG. So let's get started. So this past weekend, Justin, the newest member of our team, went to ECC. Nope, that's not the right word. CCS, Charlie's Collectibles Show, and did really well. He placed 22nd in their big 10K invitational tournament, which was really good considering the first round he had to take a loss because his flight was delayed. He wasn't even there. I think he made it partway through the round. And so I think had he been able to play, maybe it would have done even better. And it was like a crazy hard tournament when people who were there were all really, really good. A lot of top players. I think I saw Kendall's name on the list. Fumbles was there. Just all the really good, famous-y people in Lorcana. So that was last weekend. Brian and I didn't play in anything. But this weekend, surprise, it's set champs. How did that happen? I did not realize it was set champs already. I have played very little core. I think the only core I played was what I played at Enchanted Citrus Clash, 7 rounds. And I don't think I want to take the same deck to our set champs, like our local set champs, just because I feel like in our local set champs, there are a lot of Amber Steel players. There's a lot of Blurple. I lost to Blurple. I luckily didn't meet any Amber Steel, so I had taken yellow, purple, aggro, burn, and I got lucky that I matched into 2 green blues. I don't remember what else, but I think 1 dogs, and then some slow decks. So I got lucky, but I feel like in our locals, maybe not the best deck to take just because, one, there definitely be other aggro players. And so I feel, because the kids play aggro, and Jesviana's back, playing Lorcana, yay. And she always plays aggro. She's playing, I think, yellow-purple. And so because of that, I feel like our locals are always prepared for aggro. And so it's maybe not the best deck to take. I think also, I don't know, I feel like there may be nuances in the aggro deck that I don't understand and don't really want to figure it out. And so I've kind of been looking at other decks to play, but I have no idea what's going on in core. And it seems like there's some toy decks that seem interesting. Incredible superhero decks seem interesting. Of course, dogs. I don't think I want to play dogs, even though maybe it is the best deck in the format right now. And I feel like Amber does really well, especially if it's dogs. But I've been playing dogs for 2 sets now, and I don't want to play dogs anymore. I don't know. It just, I want to play something else. I want to play something different, Like Red Yellow last set was super fun until it betrayed me. So maybe I'll try out these toy decks. Maybe I'll try out like the Incredibles deck. I don't know. I'm not sure. And I keep saying, oh, I should try out new decks for core and practice for the weekend. And then I keep playing Infinity because DLC Indianapolis is coming up and it's Infinity, and I want to do well. I feel like I've gotten better as a player to the point where maybe I could actually do pretty well at a DLC, even with that many people. So I really want to do well at the Indianapolis DLC. So I want to practice Infinity, but I also really want a mat from core from the set champs. So it's kind of hard deciding what to practice. I also have been working on a lot of exactly playing Lorcana things. So for example, I finished all the ink puzzles and I did hang them up in a little studio. You can see them there. All of our different ink color Lorcana puzzles. I finished all of my Disney castles. I don't know if you can see if I just turn this. Oh, you totally can't see it. I will show a video later of the castles that are completed. So it's 3 castles. And so I've been doing that. And I got to start making us some team stuff for DLC Indianapolis. I keep calling it Indianapolis, because it's going to be me, Brian, Justin, and Tyler all there. I don't think Ray's coming. I think he's waiting till next set to travel, or next season. And so I bought an embroidery machine. I'm figuring that out. I think I figured out how to upload things to the embroidery machine. I have to have a whole different file that I had somebody on Fiverr make for me, and then we'll test it out and see how it goes. Hopefully it works. So got to do that, and obviously have to practice. I've kind of put a pause on foiling mats just because there's a couple mats I want to foil for myself, but that's kind of it. This set, the Merida mat, I guess foiled might look nice, but the goofy mat, I didn't even buy it because I thought like the super goof mat, there's just not enough detail on that mat to make it a good foil for the style of foiling that I do, because I don't add any extra art. I just kind of highlight the existing art, and there's just not enough contrast in that mat. So I'll probably wait till next set. And then I also keep getting distracted about cosplay ideas for DLC. I did buy a bunch of stuff to make a Anna Soothing Sister cosplay, but I don't even know if I have time to make it. I might have to wait until the season's over. And in that, I feel like at the end of the year, there tends to be a lot of free time where there's not a ton going on for lorcana, so I might do it in that time. Yeah. So currently, need to practice core, need to practice infinity. So we talked about core. Don't know what I'm going to play. It's still up in the air. I have, what is today? Tuesday? I have, 4 days to decide. For infinity, I have been trying out some new decks. So for Enchanted Citrus Clash, I played red-blue, and I had made some changes to that deck. And I think that deck needs to run Brawl now. It seems like I just keep running into either dogs or amber steel, or I've been running into a lot of green steel discard for some reason. And it's kind of frustrating when that Diablo lives forever and I don't have any way to deal with it, because I'll play a shark and then they'll just play We Don't Talk About Bruno on my shark. So it doesn't even survive to take out the Diablo. And so I think I need to run Brawl to get rid of that Diablo, to get rid of the 3-drop Ursula, specifically against green steel, and also green purple, I feel like, is the other deck that plays it that's very troublesome. And so I've been testing out Fumble's red-blue list. He played it at the CCS. It runs 1 Brawl, runs 1 Medusa, which is fun. I haven't played her in a while. And then it still has all the other stuff in red-blue that I like. It still has all the Olafs. It has the Merlin's Carpet Bag. It has 1 Hideaway. So I've been testing that. It's been going pretty good. I mean, I don't have a ton of reps on it, but I like it. So that's been going pretty good. And then I also did try to play like green purple discard deck, which was so. I don't know if I'm very good at playing discard anymore. I feel like I understood discard a lot better when we were playing green steel discard as the team deck a couple sets ago. And then now when I play every turn, I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And it also seems like I will discard people, and if they're playing purple, they'll just get something that draws cards and then get friends and get Genie and Demona. Or if I'm playing against red blue, I'll discard them, and then they'll be like, oh, I found a popsicle. Oh, look, another popsicle. Oh, look, a Tamatoa. So that's kind of frustrating. So I don't know about that deck. I did also briefly try a red-green deck that Brian sent me that had done pretty well at a tournament, I think in Europe. I wanted to try it because it played Robin Hood Sharpshooter, which is my pet card, I feel like. I played at Battle of the Bay, and the goal is always you have Robin Hood Sharpshooter, you have Maui Shark out, you quest with Robin Hood Sharpshooter, you get 2 lore, you do some sort of action, and then Maui gets the lore from the action, and then a deck also plays stuff that's already this character, so you could potentially quest. And I know when I was playing it, there were some sequencing things that I didn't do ideally. So there are things in that deck where it's like you can subtract people's strength, and then there's removal based on strength. So ideally you would play subtract strength things from your hand first, and then do Robin Hood Sharpshooter, and then if you hit a Firefly Storm or a other kind of removal like grab your bow, then you could remove things that you have subtracted strength from. So now they are 2 or less. I also realized with Robin Hood Sharpshooter that it's very good if you want to play multiple Firefly Storms, because when he quests, everything that he doesn't play goes into your discard, so you've always have a discarded do. The problem is that my Robin Hood Sharpshooter kept getting brawled. I was playing it in quick play, which I feel like has a lot of random decks, not meta decks, and so it's kind of hard to play against. So I think I'm back on red-blue. I just like it. I miss red-blue. I like how it plays. So I may stick with red-blue, although I feel like I say that, and then I'm going to run into a bunch of dog decks online, and then I'm going to be like, I hate this deck. I want to play Amber Steel. Although I know that I can't play Amber Steel. So my issues I don't know. Eventually, I will figure out how to break these curses. So my curses are, if I play Blurple, I always miss ramp. It happens way more than statistically possible. And if I play Amber Steel, my aerial will whiff 50% of the time. So, and so I don't play Amber Steel. And I feel like almost every set I try Amber Steel for a little bit and my aerial whiffs a couple times and I go, okay, not the deck for me. So I'm probably, I mean, in all likelihood, I'll probably just play red blue because I have the most reps on it. So I'm the most comfortable with that deck. And I feel like being comfortable with a deck is definitely better than playing a deck that's supposedly better, but you're not comfortable with because you'll play it wrong and then it won't be better. So I'll probably play red blue, I think. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, online it seems like I've been playing against a lot of Amber Steel and a lot of Green Steel. Ooh, today I did have a game where my opponent milled themselves. It was odd. So their whole new worlds were, they were playing Amber Steel. I was playing red. Their whole new worlds were at the bottom of their deck. And for some reason, like the last turn before the end of the game, they played a whole new world. And then they played another whole new world. And like the second whole new world, I could only draw 4 cards. But they also couldn't draw enough cards. And so for some reason, at least online, I'll have to check to see if this is how the rules actually work. When they ended their turn, it was like victory for me. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought that, I don't know. I will have to check to see, unless you guys know and can reference a part of the rules. When you end turn, I guess you check the active player first, maybe? I don't know. But online, I won. So I'll have to check to see how that works out. Because I remember in that game, I specifically was like, okay, I need to keep more cards in my deck because I don't want to get wheeled. I don't want to run out of cards. And so I was like at 16 cards, 15 cards, 14 cards. And then I was like, okay, well, I kept drawing like, I think I drew like a popsicle into a popsicle into a Vitalisphere. And then I think the next draw was like a Maui and a Tipo. And I was like, none of these get lore. I need to be able to get lore. And that deck doesn't run Lucky Dime. So I have to actually like quest to get the lore or play Pirate's Life. So I was like, okay, I'm going to chance it. I'm going to draw some cards, get below 14. And then I thought I lost because they played Whole New World and I could only draw 4 cards. But they drew, I think, 5 or 6 cards. And somehow I won. So I'll have to check the actual rules to see if that is a thing. But yeah, that's kind of been my experience playing online. I feel like I run into either Red Blue Mirror or Green Steel or Amber Steel, and then sometimes very rarely dogs. But I know that Brian plays a lot more than me online, and he says he runs into dogs all the time. So he's just playing dog mirrors all the time. And then I feel like he plays a bunch of dog mirrors, and he goes, I don't want to play this anymore. I'm playing toilets. He goes back to toilets, and then runs into, I don't know, Amber Steel probably, and then goes back to dogs. So I feel like we're both in this, like, ugh, dogs is just making things not fun. They just need to ban Tramp. I don't know. I don't know about the bans. I don't know how I feel about the bans. I was very happy when they banned Bucky. Less happy when they banned Hiram, but I see why it had to happen because I was about to murder people playing Blue Steel with Hiram. But we'll see if they do anything to Tramp because I feel like for most of the recent competitions, the top decks have all been like mostly dogs. It'll be like mostly dogs plus maybe one, like a few red blues, maybe a blurple, maybe something else. But dogs seems to keep winning, which seems unfun. Oh, the new tech I've seen in the dogs deck is they've been playing Eleanor, the queen. I think that's her name. The queen from Merida. It's a green card. Let me look it up. I won't lie. Yeah, Eleanor, renowned diplomat. She is a 4-cost uninkable card, 3/4, has the ability coordinated efforts. At the end of your turn, if you have 3 or more exerted players in play, deal 1 damage to chosen opposing character, gain 1 lore, and draw a card. So I feel like that is the new tech that is happening in dogs, and it is wide annoying because then they can, like, he hurled a Thunderbolt, my Maui Shark, and then get rid of it with Eleanor. Or one time somebody played a Let the Storm Rage on and then paid the Aerial Sonic Warrior ink to deal more damage. People are getting rid of my Maui Hero to All with that. Like a mix of attacking and doing this stuff. And then they get to gain a lore and draw a card, which is pretty good. I think the other thing why I don't like the other decks that I've played that's not red-blue is because I really miss Olaf and Pirate's Life. I like it when people think they're going to win, and then I just play 3 Olafs. and all of a sudden they're not winning. And I miss being able to do that in the other decks. And I think it catches me off guard because I'm so used to Olafing people that when people get pretty, I don't realize that I have to stop them from getting lore earlier when I'm playing other decks. And so I'll just kind of let them quest while I set up my own stuff. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I forgot, go bounce. Yeah. Whereas with red blue, I feel like I always have a way to claw back the lore. And then they're like, oh, I was going to win next turn, but now I can't. So yeah, I think probably I'll play red blue. It's kind of my favorite deck. Maybe I just need to find a core red blue deck to play. I'll have to look. I'll look on Dreamboard. And then maybe if people have had tournaments, we'll see. In terms of set championships this weekend, I'm not sure what we're going to play. I need to make a phone call. So we originally were going to play games of Berkeley, but Brian found another one in Tracy, which is kind of far from where we are, but it has much better pricing. And we've decided that for set champs, like we're going to board our dog because it's like such a long day normally. And then we're always like rushing to get home to let him out. Whereas I feel like if we just board him, then we don't have to worry about him. Then we can travel farther. So we are probably going to play in Tracy on Saturday, I think. I don't know. Or games of Berkeley. And then on Sunday, possibly 88 Card House. I'm going to look online and see if more people have posted. Because last time I checked, there weren't like a ton. Last time I looked, there wasn't a ton posted for set champs. So I think that's probably what we're going to play for set champs this weekend. And then the following weekend, we maybe will play at Games Martinez on Saturday. I am working early that day, but it's like one of those half-day things, so probably can get out in time for that to start. And then depending on how many people there are, like sometimes there's not that many people and set champs only last like 3 to 4 hours. So we get out at a reasonable time and then I'm going to a retirement party for somebody. Not for my own retirement. I wish it was for my own retirement, but it's for someone at work. It's her retirement party after that. And then I didn't see anything near us for Sunday, but I will probably take a look again today, see if we can find anything. And then for the weekend after that, it will be Indy, Indiana. Oh, that's why I keep calling it Indiana DLC. Is because I have it written as Indiana DLC in my calendar, not as Indianapolis. So we'll be there at that. You'll see me, you'll see Brad, you'll see Tyler, you'll see Justin. So 4 out of the 5 from our team. Hopefully by then I will have figured out the embroidery thing and we'll have new shirts that everyone will wear. And hopefully we all do well. And then after the weekend after that, I think the only thing I have on the schedule right now is maybe Games of Concord on Sunday. I didn't see anything for Saturday, but I think there are still options. And then the weekend after that is 4th of July, and set champs this time lasts 5 weekends instead of 4, which is new. And there is a set champ I saw on July 4th at Gamers Guild of Pleasant Hill, which is a store that's actually pretty close to us that we've never been to. So originally I was going to go to that, but then I looked at the schedule and I was like, hey, Brian and I could actually go to PPG Dallas and play at their Pro Play Summit, which we played in last year. So that's kind of, I feel like that was the event last year that launched Tyler into Lorcana stardom. That was when he won their 10K, 5K, and 3v3. No, that's a lie. He didn't win the 5K. Yeah, he didn't win the 5K because Jordan won that. But he won the 10K and the 3v3. This time they just have a 10K on Saturday and then a 0.5K. So 2,500 on the Sunday. They also are having like Riftbound. And I did look into, I was like, ooh, maybe we could play Cookie Run if I scrub out. But then I was looking at one, I don't have any Cookie Run cards. I don't know how to play the game. So I'm going to have to learn it at Gen Con. But two, the entry fee for Cookie Run is like $13 more than Lorcana. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll just play in 2 Lorcana events. So Brian and I will be at PPG Dallas. So that's exciting. It'll be core. So you betcha once we're done with Indy DLC, I'm gonna be practicing so much core. I just wish that I could have just focused on Infinity. Maybe I should just focus on Infinity and wing it for the first 2 weeks of set champs, and then go to Indy, and then after that, focus on core. Maybe that's the right move to maximize prize winning. So we'll be there at PPG Dallas. And then after that, it's going to be new set stuff. We don't have anything planned after that until Gen Con, which will be like Attack of the Vine stuff. So that's kind of it for me. I'm going to put a video at the end of this showing you guys my Disney Castle stuff. Let me know, what do you play for the champs? What do I play for the champs? Do I find a red blue that I can play for the champs? Do I play toys? Do I play Incredibles? Do I play aggro? What do I do? Based on my limited knowledge of core from ECC, Enchanted Citrus Clash, I know that dogs won, and then there were two yellow purples that were pretty good, that were in the top 2, 3, I think, positions. So maybe yellow purple. I mean, it does have Raging Storm, which is the B prep of Amber, and I love B prep. So maybe that. I don't know. What do you guys play? What do I play? Help. That's it for me. As always, check out our TCG Player Store. Actually, I don't think there's that many cards left in our TCG Player Store. Most of them have sold. If you're looking for stuff from earlier sets, there's definitely that stuff still in our TCG Player Store, but I think most of our Wilds Unknown and Winter Spell stuff have sold. Check out the Shopify for foiled mats. And as always, keep shuffling. Hopefully you don't end up with a whole handful of Noninkables like me. All right, bye. All right, so here is my Disney Castle collection. Look at, that's my Buzz that I got at Lore Fest for winning first place there, playing dogs. So this is, I think, the Bell Castle. And then this one, look at it, has fireworks, so beautiful. I don't know whose castle it is. I'm not that good with the castles. And then there's also this castle. And then, of course, there's always like the back side, which I will try to show, but it is on the stairs, so I don't want to fall. So look at that. There's suits of armor, and then there's like, so cute. I don't know if I can show the back of the other ones as I just try to not fall. Oh my goodness, look at that. Whee! Okay, and then I think to show off the bell one I can probably move. All right, so this is the inside of the Bell Castle. This one I can actually move because it is on the stairs and I don't want it to fall down the stairs. But it has like a ballroom. Look at that, how cute is that? Till as old as time. And then you have like the wardrobe and then the rows. All the castles kind of have like, the back is just like cut open and it has very cute scenes on the inside. But yeah, those are the castles. That's what I've been doing instead of practicing. Yeah,